Ten Hag let off by his captain, gives him a little bit of time to breathe. But the problem is, if you watch that game, it's like every other Manchester United game that we've seen this season.
And you expected something different?
But I suppose you could look at the scoreline and say, oh, there's some character there, there's some fight for the manager. But apart from that, apart from the goal, we didn't see anything, did we?
No, and this is where they are, and that's, you saw the look in Ten Hag's face, just relief. It's dire at the moment.
Surprise.
Yeah. It's just dire at the moment, and he just wanted to avert more questions, which I'm sure he had some anyway at the press conference, but obviously that's coming after a victory. It's much easier to sort of bat them away. But he just had to avoid some more stark headlines in the newspapers, which he's done. But as you said, boy, unsurprisingly, horrible to watch.
Yeah, it was horrible, Frank, wasn't it?
Oh my God. I was thinking what I could say, before the show, and I say, what I can say. Good. Well, credit to Bruno Fernandes. I've been tough many times about him and his behavior, but his goal was good. But he has to write checks to Palhinha twice. He has to write a check to Reims to thank him. They gave him 3 chances to score the goal. In one action. That was unbelievable. I never seen defenders or midfielders willing to concede a goal that much than Fulham today at that specific action. But otherwise, yeah, very much. Well, I have to say good things. So I found Maguire and Evans doing the job at the back. Nothing to criticize about. They were very, very much well organized and professional. But we saw nothing from both sides. And especially from Manchester United. I mean, that was surprisingly low, I would say. I was expecting a reaction. They got the 3 points, so good for them. But as Craig said, no surprise.
Kieran, do you only watch Arsenal? Did you watch this game?
No, I watched it. I mean, if there was anything else apart from, everyone's covered how poor United have been, I still like Garnacho. I think that he's the only one in the team that's kind of like the breath of fresh air in this United squad at the moment. The only one that doesn't seem so pedestrian and really wants to affect the game. So I think he has to stick with him. Most of the team still seem to be affected, like confidence-wise, by the bad form, and it's understandable. But listen, this is where they're at right now, just finding a way somehow. I'm always interested to watch the United games because I just wonder how they're going to find an answer to score a goal or to not concede. But yeah, they've ground it out today. Fair play. They've spared their blushes and another unconvincing performance, and they'll take that all day long.
What point in the season do you think it's going to get to when we actually sit in this studio and go, do you know what, United were really good today?
I think it will take a new manager.
At what point in this season?
Because, the paranoid United fans going, oh, they're picking... I think actually I would like to see them, playing better, because the more teams involved in the shake-up at the top, which clearly they're a million miles away from, but should be closer, the more in there, the merrier, the better a league it is. But it's hard to... last week, watching them, I had nothing there. Like Frank said, you've got to think. You've actually got to think about something else to say about this Man United side. It'd be really good to see him come in and say, do you know what? That was the best performance.
We had to wake up early to watch it.
Huh?
Like, if you're waking up early to watch a game, you want it to be decent, and it wasn't.
Listen, I don't do the clocks.
I'm just saying. It's a very hard life for us here.
Well, it could be worse.
Getting paid to watch
in
that.
Los Angeles.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, very true indeed.